Welcome to the Shonan Health Innovation Conference. We are now opening a black box of Asian innovation. Thank you very much.
There are a big issue in the drug development. So the more than 90% of drug in the human clinical trial fail. We have been studying about cardio differentiation from human iPSC. So now we are shifting this research to the 3D models.
And for the therapies that you envision, will these also be iPS-derived therapies, or is it the iPS-derived organoid model, which is the core technology?
So I don't understand the progress that you've made.
I see the figures immediately compare among three groups.
This is a repression manufactured of the hemoglobin F, fetal hemoglobin. By the function distribution level A, we did largely this motif, GATA motif, deleted by cas3. The result is a higher expression of the gamma globin, also higher production hemoglobin F. These are data. It's a very, very high specific. なかなか日本でお会いできないベンチャーキャピタルの方にお会いできると本当素晴らしいですし、このボスニアという場でね、この雰囲気を感じながら話ができる、これは素晴らしい機会でしたね。
So from a single donor, we can produce at least 5,000 vials, between 5,000 and 10,000 vials. Very high yield. Their efficacy is the same. And their
And you're looking, this is a gap.
yeah, this
Heart
is big.
punch.
Yeah. When I first joined with the Shonan IPA, it was my first step to global access. But when I entered Japan, it was not simply going to the Japan. It is one of the global access. My period of the work actually takes a long time. Keep going my work and progressing further. And until the better result, this kind of event.
Our OZTX410 iPSC-derived pancreatic islet cells is poised to be the first-in-class allogenic iPSC-derived treatment for type 1 diabetes. And our foundational expertise in iPSC will enable us to expand into other areas in the future, positioning us as a leader in cell therapy.
We've just finished clinical trial for the Parkinson's disease, and also we developed mesenchymal stem cells, and now I'm more focused on exosome or EV sperm stem cells.
We have 5 small molecule pipeline right now. Our lead pipeline, CLK inhibitor, is in phase 1-2 clinical stage in US right now.
We call this cardiomyocyte spheroid directly into the heart muscle. As you can see in the color panel, the transplanted cardiomyocyte can survive in the monkey heart. And we are now examining the clinical trial to treat the severe patient with heart failure due to ischemic heart disease.
日本のベンチャーがどうやってボストンに進出して、そしてそこで足固めをして一気にアメリカでの開発を進めていけるか。
外国から資金調達した方が大きなものが得られるので、このようなイベントを開いていただいたというのは我々ベンチャーにとりまして大変ありがたい。
I was really blown away by the technologies and early stage biotech companies that we got to meet with earlier on in the day. People understand that Japan is a place where there are budding biotech ideas and therapeutics opportunities.
Japan is one of the top 5 leading countries in terms of number of Nobel laureates. If you look at journal article references, if you look at universities and how they rank, Japan is in the top 5 in the world. And I'll tell you that an incredible statistic, which is that about 70% of the medicines that eventually make their way to patients don't originate in labs like Takeda's. They originate in laboratories of biotech companies and academic institutions. Overall, I would say that the biopharma and biotech ecosystems in Japan are moving in the right direction, but they're just starting to bend. there's still a lot more that we need to do to ensure. Today's event was extraordinary. iPark has a unique opportunity to bridge science and innovation in Japan with science and innovation in the US. And what I'd like to see is us take full advantage of that opportunity.
This is the team in Shonan, and we owe an incredible debt to their important, dedicated work in our company. It's been one of the great joys to see how well this collaboration has worked across a large distance. And I will tell you that that's in no small part because of the environment in the Innovation Park in Shonan. And we really are grateful for the support we get in Shonan. I think it's clear that we need to find ways for the venture community in the US to know better the opportunities in Japan. The wonderful symposium that you organized today is an excellent start, and I'd like to see it repeated and grown.
What does a biotech need to have? Andy has mentioned these clearly. It needs to have top science. You need to have a top team. But more than that, for investors to put money into your company, good science isn't good enough. You need application, a real application that actually lends itself to therapies or platforms being commercially viable.
Japan is the birthplace of iPSCs, and also in terms of other science beyond iPSCs, absolutely world class. One of the biggest challenges about developing products to commercial stage is continued funding. To be able to succeed anywhere in the world, strong investment needs to occur from the beginning.
Talks, and both of you are leading just really cutting edge and highly innovative companies, and I think
because these two guys are my mentors, and what I want to say is that people who have experience, they love to mentor, and I think there's a huge block, particularly for younger, inexperienced, that you have the nervousness about that person wouldn't want it. You'll be surprised, you'll be amazed how many experienced people in this biotech ecosystem would love to be a mentor for almost everybody.
Regardless of whether you're in Boston or Japan or China or South Korea, wherever you are, the skill sets are pretty much the same. There are some local cultural elements that may help you, but 95% of it is the same. And I think part of the problem is that we get very caught up in our local cultures, and we're not embracing that skill set that is consistent across cultures. You know, and it's not to say that you want to recreate Boston in Tokyo or Kyoto, but the skill set that will make a successful biotech on average is the same skill set.
So you work with
I am very excited about this event, and these participants seem to be very excited. Our mission is to create an ecosystem open to the world. That's why we are doing it. We would like to continue this event next year as well. And hopefully in the future, we would like to do it in Japan, Shonan.